I'm joined now by Timothy Milovanov, the former Minister of the Economy for Ukraine, president of the Kyiv School of Economics. He joins us from Kyiv, where he knows many of the people, government officials, and otherwise fighting for their life. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you.
Let's begin with, as mentioned, some of the people you know in the Zelensky administration. What are you hearing? What do you think of his leadership and the message we've heard from this outgunned government leadership of a country that clearly keeps fighting?
Well, I talked to ministers. I even have spoken with multiple ministers today. They all, they're all doing their job. Some of them, I was a minister of economy, so I'm mostly talking to people who are doing financial econ block. So they're thinking about how to restructure the economy, how we get financing in time, what should be the liquidity for the central bank or for the Ministry of Finance, how we pay salaries, how to actually do the planting season. I talked to a minister of the agriculture, but I also talked to military, and it's about supplies, military payments, and things like that. It looks like, everyone is working really hard, thinking both about tactical and operational issues, but also about strategy. And of course, the courage and leadership of Zelensky is legendary.
If the capital falls, what is the plan then?
I don't think it will fall. And, just to get the perspective, Kyiv, the size of Kyiv is larger than Manhattan. And there have been, millions of people in Kyiv. Probably right now, there are hundreds of thousands of people who are fighters, who have weapons and who are well trained. Just to give you another example, despite all this offensive that we're seeing and this awful tragic consequences for civilians in northwest and sometimes northeast of Kyiv, 2 days ago, I, as the president of the Kyiv School of Economics, had to get some documents from Kyiv, and the local FedEx private post, which is called Nova Poshta, New Post, actually delivered it to me. So right now, private post delivery is working in Kyiv, and a lot of other things in Kyiv. It's a vast area, and I think even just if you want to create a belt around Kyiv without any war, without any resistance, just in engineering terms, you would need probably 5 months to build it. So, it's going to go on for years if they really want to take Kyiv.
Do you think that Russia and Vladimir Putin underestimated the nature of the Zelensky government and this sort of citizen hybrid fighting corps?
I think he got annoyed because, for outside observers, Zelensky is a surprise, but has been a steady pattern of Zelensky defying Putin over the last couple of years. And it started with Zelensky putting under house arrest pro-Russian oligarchs, people who the previous presidents hadn't even dared to touch. And then once Russia started disrupting energy supplies last year and sort of trying to really strong arm economically Ukraine into submission, again, that wasn't in the news, but it was clear when, I still serve as an advisor to the office of the president of Zelensky. So, I was working in the office when that was happening. And, Russia was trying and Zelensky was fighting. And then in August last year, a person who was very close to Zelensky, an aide, in some sense his mentor, was shot. There was an assassination. He survived. He wasn't wounded, but his driver was. And that was a signal that something is not going, and some of the theories was that it was a signal from Russians. Still, Zelensky didn't budge. So there is a history to Zelensky that he shows he's very proud. I've been in multiple meetings where he was saying that no one will dictate to people of Ukraine, to the people of Ukraine, and to the president of Ukraine, representing the people of Ukraine, what to do. And that was his reaction both to the West and to the East and to the North and to the South. So he's a very proud person, and I think that helps him lead people in this very difficult situation.
Yeah, well, appreciate you telling us what you see, your candor, and what sounds like in some ways your grim optimism as we all keep an eye on this. And as I've said to others, we wish you safety. Former Minister of the Economy, Timothy Milivojevic. Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Can I just, I lead the school, and there's all this bravery. But, we had 2 students unaccounted for. And today we reconnected with them. They were in Vorzel. That's next to this Bucha, Hostomel, and in Irpin. You were actually just showing the episode from evacuation in Irpin right now in the background. And so, one of the students talked to us about what happened. She spent 2 weeks in a basement. She was forced there with her family by the regular Russian troops. And she was not given water during these 2 weeks. No water to a 16-year-old child for 2 weeks. So that's, it's despicable. So I'm sorry I have to bring that up.
And you're saying that's your eyewitness account, that you personally spoke with that
Yes.
family, and that's
Yes.
the mistreatment that minor was, that you confirmed was subjected to by
Yes.
Russian soldiers.
My immediate subordinate, the head of undergraduate education, has spoken with her, and we discussed that this morning, several hours ago.
Yeah, well, I can understand you wanted to use the interview to also put that on the record. I didn't know about it, so I didn't know to ask about it. But I'm glad you shared it. And again, Timothy Milivojevic, thank you for your time. And again, we wish you safety.